allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, just a couple of things before we get started. These meetings are televised live, so when you approach the podium, please let us know who you are, the business you represent. You can lay your plans out on the table next to the podium, and if you haven't already done so, we please ask you to turn off your cell phones. So we've got, I guess, about 6 or 7 applicants tonight, and hopefully it'll move pretty quick. So our first one is DRB 2023-12, the application of Main Technique Hair at 322 East Lancaster Avenue. And this application was in the prior 2 months, and we're happy to have you back again tonight. So thanks.
Thank you for having us back.
Okay. All right. So,
My name is Mary Tomasetti, and I'm representing Main Domain and Main Techniques on behalf of 322 East Lancaster Avenue.
all right.
And my name is Kara Catagnis, and I'm partners with Mary Tomasetti
Okay.
here.
All right, great. All right, so there's been a little bit of a name change. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yes. So our business, when we first opened 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years, we weren't exactly sure which direction, if we were going to exclusively specialize in specific things or not. So that was kind of on our radar. And then with the limitations of the signs, we decided to pull the trigger and make that the official name of our company moving forward.
Okay, so the official name is Main Techniques Hair Artistry and Extension Specialist?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so you filed papers with the state of Pennsylvania, I guess, for that change?
Yes, and
Okay.
you should have a copy of all those.
We do.
did.
Thank
Okay,
you.
perfect,
Okay.
yep.
All right, great. So that makes things a little easier on the ground sign?
Yes.
That was a little bit
And we did
controversial.
expedite that, which was good, so we should.
Okay,
Wow.
so why don't we start out and take a look at that ground sign and see what you've done?
Perfect. Page 3.
So, issues before were the size was too large and text wasn't appropriate to the
Exactly.
business, but you've since corrected that, so.
Yes,
Okay, all right. So you're looking at 10 foot, or excuse me, 30 square feet, 8 feet high, correct? Okay,
Yes.
which meets the code.
yes,
All right. And the basic look is the same as before,
yep, very similar.
right? And it's got to be opaque at nighttime. The only thing that shows up is the lettering,
Perfect.
okay? All right. And it's kind of hard to read some of the text, so can you just read it for us? It's so small, it got a little garbled there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I apologize for that. Will be more legible when it's printed.
Right.
The top is maintechniques.com, spelled the same as everything else. The middle is our phone number, and the last is our handle for all social platforms and review platforms, everything like that, for people to be able to find us.
Okay, good. Okay. Hi, Tim. Are you guys good? Any questions? Okay. Any questions? You're okay? Okay. And we talked about the 10-foot setback.
Yes, that is clearly stated also in picture, I believe it's page 9, the final page. Yes. Yeah. Looks like that printed kind of funny on mine. I'm not sure if it's the same on yours. But yes, definitely 10-foot setback, and then the sign is 5 feet at its widest point, so.
Okay. We mentioned to you, I think, at the prior meeting, we're going to ask the police to go out and just do a site
Absolutely.
on any accidents or anything like that, so they'll
Of course.
check out, make sure the coast is clear on that sign, and there's,
And they'll clarify the directionals as well, right?
yeah, positively.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we have that.
Okay. So, Tim, any questions on the? No. You guys are good? You're all good? Okay. All right. So next, why don't we move to the entrance and exit signs?
Mm-hmm. Five. So the 5th page that we have here, these are the entrance signs, and they are the same as before with the correct square footage, and we actually decided to take it down a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, you're allowed 4 square feet. And yeah, you're right there, so, okay. lighting or no lighting?
So we plan to have spotlights lighting the directional signs. And I do have, I just want to clarify, on the pylon sign, once we're finished with the directionals, I just want to clarify one thing about
Okay.
lighting.
All right. So you're going to have some spots?
Spotlights for the entrance and exit, because we do operate when it will be dark out, and you can't have people going in. It would be a hazard to have people possibly going in and out the same way.
Do you have a cut of that? The spotlights?
Of the spotlights, we do not. They will be hidden
Okay.
and just light up the sign. We still want the pylon sign to be the main.
So they're not going to stick out of the ground at all?
No, they will stick out just like flush with the grass, maybe 2 inches above the grass, but definitely nothing more than that. And they'll be black. The idea is to have them hidden and just the directional sign be seen. We definitely don't want any type of fancy lighting or anything to distract from the fact that it's a directional sign.
Okay.
Functionality only.
Okay. And same deal, 10-foot setback.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
What do you guys?
The exit sign is the next one, the exact same plan. Oh, I'm sorry.
Everything we sometimes caution applicants that landscape maintenance, weed whackers are really detrimental to signs. So sometimes you may want to put a planting bed or something under them. It's an option, it's not, you don't have to do that. But we've seen in the past, like weed whackers will hit the light.
Great to know. Thank you
Just
so
be
much for
aware of
that. Be careful with how that's tended
And all
to.
of a sudden, the light's going.
Right. Thank you so much for that. I'll be sure to watch out.
We're okay, Sharon? Okay. Okay, good. All right, and you want to go back to ground sign? You said you had something to
Yes,
mention.
I just want to clarify the illumination. So the illumination will be, page 3. The illumination will be just at the lettering part for where it says main techniques, the top black part of the sign, bless you. And the bottom, we also plan to have the exact same thing, just the letters be lit. There are no lighting around it, no lighting underneath it.
Okay.
Just the phone number, website, and handle sign lit up, backlight.
All right, good.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure that was all good.
Okay, great. All right, so we're good with that. Let's move to the wall signs.
Wall signs were moved from 15 feet of the base of the sign to the top of the sign is 15 feet. It's 8, yeah, thank you.
Okay, so just so our board is clear on this, the applicant spoke with the township spoke with the township solicitor, and his interpretation is they're allowed signs on the side of the building. So as long as they meet the square footage requirement and height requirement, they're good.
Okay.
So we have to roll with it. So it's usually not the way we handle that. But,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but you've got the green light. From
Was there a statute that was missed or not in
Well, I
there?
think it's just, you can interpret these codes many different ways, so,
Okay.
yeah. So you guys can put the 2 signs, one on each side.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I'm glad that
So,
was clear.
from now on, that's allowable in all the buildings now?
I guess we'll talk about that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
okay. All right, so let's take a closer look at those signs. So they're not any higher than 15 feet from grade, correct?
Nope, the top of the sign will be 15 feet from ground level.
Okay. And lighting?
There is an existing light above it, and it will, the way that that light projects will stay exactly the same. There's a chance we have to replace the light bulb in that lighting, and we plan to keep everything as is.
So the lighting's in place?
It is already in place, yes, it is existing. It also helps to light the driveway.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. What was there? The reason for it being in the first place?
Yes.
Okay.
And I believe there are 2 on either side, possibly 3,
Yeah,
to keep that properly lit at night for people driving.
Okay. All right. And the type of material on those signs?
They are going to be black aluminum with vinyl lettering.
Okay, what do you guys feel about the signs?
I think they're rather elegant.
Yeah, I think they do look nice.
Thank you.
Great, Jen. Okay. I'm sorry? Okay. All right. Just be careful, whoever does your installation, the fasteners can't show, so just don't put bolts through them, or
Oh, okay.
have to be hidden fasteners,
Thank you.
okay?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. There's a way to do it.
Yeah.
You guys do it properly, where you won't see the.
We are definitely big on making sure things get done properly, so that's good. I feel like we have a good team doing that.
Good.
So there'll be no sign on the porch area, like the front of the house, well, the building, not a
Yeah.
house anymore.
That's okay.
You're just going to rely on your monument sign in the front and your two signs.
Exactly. Because the building is it's set back pretty far, it's several parking spaces, nothing would really be able to be seen from there, and it's the only building, so.
And you're leaving the beige color on the building as is?
Correct, we are power washing it, so I imagine because it has not been taken care of in years, that it will look a little brighter, but just power washing.
Good. So there are 35 square feet total for the two signs, 17 and a half each. So that meets their square footage requirements. So you're good there.
Okay, wonderful.
Hopefully those lights aren't going to be too bright for that sign. I guess you'll change the intensity if it is. So you want to,
For the wall signs?
yeah.
Definitely. We don't intend on anything being distracting. We want everything to stay
Sure. Okay.
tasteful, for sure.
Or maybe you'll even have to change a fixture to a different fixture if it just doesn't look right. You won't know until you get it up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay. So I know you mentioned you wanted to paint the trim on the building.
Correct.
Okay, so what exactly you're going to paint?
So everything that is outlined in photo, I believe it's probably page 3. Yep. Page 3. Wait, oh yeah. So I guess it's so much smaller on here, I'm sorry, yeah. So on your third page of your packet, there is, it's outlined everywhere where that trim would be painted. So everything that's currently dark brown on the building, if you look at the building now, that is what we plan to have black. The pillars, can you see the tan pillars on the building? Those are currently like a chipped, more dark brown. They appear to be tan in this picture. We plan on just repainting them, just a little bit of a lighter color, just pretty much as is.
Okay.
So we don't plan on, that's the only thing we don't plan on making black. And then the railing needed to be replaced. So I just wanted to verify that the railing was okay. And here, close-up of it. We also have samples of the material itself. If you'd like to see it, I'm happy to grab it. We just want to make sure that the railing we're replacing is good. They had a wooden, very ratty railing there. We're making it a nice.
It was an ADA ramp that post office put in.
Yes, that was falling apart. Yeah, it was all plywood and whatnot. So, yeah.
So you're going to keep that naturally?
So that we are in the process of getting approved to restructure. The way that it actually wasn't compliant with ADA, and it was falling apart. There were boards missing, it was rotted wood, it was a mess.
Okay.
So we removed that, and then we are also working with Andy and Mike to make sure that everything is up to code, actually exactly as shown in this picture. This is where we plan to have it, so that it's also easier for people to access from the back of the building rather than how they had the handicap spots up front. Nothing really was compliant. So
Okay.
making some improvements there, which will be good. And we intend to have the railing there and the Trek. Again, I have samples of it here. Happy to show you the exact color and texture if you care to see it.
Look at You're good?
I'm fine.
Go
Okay.
ahead, fine.
All right. Okay. So we're good with the painting and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
You're in the business of making people beautiful, so the building's going to be
Yeah.
beautiful.
Have to start with the building, right?
Okay, and you mentioned last month you're going to update some of the plants and stuff like that on the property.
Landscaping, yep.
Dress it up a
So
little bit.
we plan on, yes, that definitely being cleaned up significantly. There's trash around right now, it's craziness. So that is all going to be replaced with grass. And in front of the bottom of the pylon sign, green, neat shrubbery would be great, unless you have preferred recommendations or something, white or green shrubbery. We don't plan to have colors, anything exotic, nothing crazy,
Right.
lower maintenance, keep it neat.
Okay. When are you guys going to open up?
We plan to open June 1st. as long as all permitting and everything goes according, we hope sooner, but we want to allow time in case. So hopefully May 15th, but probably June 1st.
I think we mentioned to you last month that if you need a 30-day temporary banner,
Yes.
you can apply for one if the signs aren't ready.
Yes. Thank you
Just
so
has to
much.
be approved in-house at Radnor Township.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so bring your sketch, to Radnor, and they'll have to approve that, so.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm hoping we can go right to the real sign.
Well, that would be, ideal.
Now that
That's the
everything is,
case.
no, I so appreciate that. Thank you.
And I know on your initial application, you showed an awning on the front of the building. I guess you're not going to put an awning, right?
Yes, that was truly just a very backup option in
Okay.
case we couldn't do certain things. If certain things got denied, I wasn't, exactly sure what everyone's preferences were going to be. So we just wanted to have that drawn up just
Okay.
to kind of show that it wasn't the most ideal. But we intend on no
Just in
awnings.
case, if you do, you'll have to bring that back.
Absolutely, yeah. And there are no intentions of that at this time.
What else, guys?
There's also no window signage or anything like that planned. We understand to come back for those as well.
Naturally, you have your address number on the sign, so that's covered.
Yes. And that will be, it's called day-night, so it will be white during the day and lit, or black during the day and lit white at night.
Okay. All right, good.
So that'll be clear for everybody driving.
Okay. And you've been here before, you probably heard us talk about the tent signs or A-frame signs that people use on their properties.
I don't know.
Almost like a menu board. Don't buy one because you're not allowed to have one.
Oh, like,
Advertising a
Sidewalk,
special
tent signs
or
or
whatever.
definitely no
You're
plans of
probably
that.
not intending to use one. but
No,
just in
thank you
case,
for
saves
clarifying,
your money.
but no.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Okay.
Appreciate it.
It'll be on the sign. Yeah, and actually your mic's off. Yeah, here, yeah. Okay. Other questions for the board?
I do not have any. No,
You guys are
thank you.
good?
Yeah, everything sounds good. Thank you.
How are we looking? Good? Tim?
Yep, I'm fine.
You good?
So,
Okay, Sharon, you good? Tim, you want to take it?
Sure.
Okay.
In the matter of DRB 2023-12, I move to approve the application.
thank you very much.
Here, a second?
We appreciate your help throughout the process. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all right.
Don't worry about it. Fine.
Yeah, and like I said, we're going to have the police do a site check.
That would be great. So we'll just schedule that with them.
Uh,
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. The permit for construction, yeah?
The permit for the signs.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You'll need a permit to put your signs up also.
Right, okay. Perfect, and they'll take care of that.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Okay, next is DRB 2023-18, the application of CBD Creighton at 218 East Lancaster Avenue for painting of the facade. And this applicant was in last month, and they were nice enough to come back this month with some different colors other than black.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the Design Review Committee. So we took your advice and we went out and we came up with different colors and several of them for your review. They are all in your packet, but the first one is black with gray. And the second one is, so you can tell by these pictures that the top picture is what Starbucks was. And do you guys have colored pictures?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And then the bottom picture is the first rendering, and that's the black that we came in with last time. And then the next picture, you put the next picture, is, again, it shows, on top it shows the old Starbucks, and then below is the rendering with green and gray. And then the next picture is, again, you can see the Starbucks on top, and we compare that, and then below that is the solid gray. And you asked us last time about signage. We don't have a plan yet in terms of what the sign will be because of the ordinance and the fact that Kratom's in our name. So we haven't come up with a solution to that. However, what we can tell you is that our signage will essentially mirror the signage of, and we're not here for approval, we just
Right.
want to give you the big picture.
Okay, good.
We will come back if and when we decide what the signage is going to be, but, so it's going to, from the standpoint of seeing the big picture, we're going to have the signage above, as Starbucks had, and then we'll have a sign on the door, similar to what Starbucks had. Our color scheme will be, and I have this here, it will be, it's going to be the same size, and it's going to have the channel letters on the building and a flat aluminum panel above the door and on the existing pylon, which is now blank. The color scheme will be, for the signs, the color scheme will be mostly white with some green in it. Same color green as Starbucks, essentially.
And that's what you know you have to come back.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to give you the big picture
Sure.
because I know you wanted to see
Yeah.
everything. Tonight, we're just here to get the painting
Yeah.
permit, but
Okay. Well, we'll go down the line. Tim, what do you think?
I don't like the green, I can tell you that much, but otherwise, I mean, I can't say that it's a pretty building one way or the other.
Right.
So,
So keep in mind the surrounding,
yeah.
you know,
I would
church down the
say-
street, church St. Mary's up the street.
Yeah, I'd say definitely not the total green.
So I'm sorry, which one do you like, Tim?
I'd say I can say I don't like the green.
You do
Oh,
not
I
like the
don't
green?
like the green.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, of all the greens in the world, this green.
Yeah, but that's the branding color, so that's why I
Right.
understand
Oh,
why
it
that's
is?
why they
Oh,
went with
okay.
that, so.
We should pick a better branding.
So what do
Is
you
a
think,
gray
Jane?
color, is a gray color gray, or is it closer to white?
gray,
Gray?
yeah.
I think that was actually one of our recommendations last month, was
Yeah.
to, yeah, consider gray.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy with the gray. I don't know
Yeah.
about you guys.
I don't like the black, I don't like the green, I can't say that I love the gray either, but
Yeah, I think it's the softest. and,
it's,
Yeah,
It's neutral.
There's a lot of grays, too. This seems, well, it's your decision. but
Yeah,
Seems like a rather
exactly.
like, hi, this is the concrete color.
well, I think
But it might
certainly
be
look
a
better.
different gray in reality.
Sure,
Yeah.
okay. Sharon, what do you feel? Are you gray?
I mean, we could go a shade darker than you're seeing here.
Yeah,
We just didn't want to get too close to black, because I know there wasn't a real warm reception to black, so we're cautious. We know that there's other buildings on Lancaster Avenue, like Adolph Beaker, that have a darker colored gray, and that's certainly something that we could do, but we
No,
just,
I'm just saying Photoshop has made it look like it's part of
Yeah,
it.
the colors aren't very accurate on the layout of it. So it's, and the green isn't that limey either. Like if you look on the boxes here, the green's a little darker.
Okay. All right, so,
Yeah, but there's no gray print. There's no gray block.
Yeah, that's why I was
For
asking
some
if
unknown
it's
reason,
gray or
there's a
white.
yellow.
Because the print match, the
There's
digital print match shows white.
right, yeah, we'll have to.
No,
we'll have
that's
to get
green.
that number for the township files, the color to go with.
there's two colors.
Yeah, but see, there's two greens.
Right,
Oh, there's no gray.
yeah, we'll just, you know, we're gonna have to give them a
You just
little
didn't put a C
leeway,
on it.
Okay.
Like I say, when they turn in more paperwork, we'll have them issue the number on the paperwork, the PMS number. Okay. Okay, so it looks like, would you say gray's the winner?
I think so.
Okay. You guys are happy with gray?
Yes,
Okay.
Go gray.
All right, and we'll ask you to submit that PMS color with the township, the exact color you're going to use, so you'll have it on your files and everything, so,
And on your,
we will do that.
okay.
it'll be on the permit with the chip, too.
Yeah, if you can grab a chip, put it right on there with the color.
I'm sorry, grab
A
it.
paint chip also.
Right.
Yeah, just so we know,
Usually-
sample.
Usually we see a paint chip
Yeah.
and a number.
Okay.
but even like looking at the application, I don't see the
Right.
the number for that
Exactly.
shade of gray on here.
I don't either.
Okay,
It's all green or yellow.
right. So like the bollards and all that, you think you'll keep those yellow?
No, that's going to be, oh, you mean those? Yes,
Keep those yellow?
yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, so gray paint, how about some of the trim? You keep it white, you think? Like the band runner around the top? Give it a little
Yeah.
contrast?
Yeah, I'm sure we could do
Okay.
that.
All right. It's in your hands.
Can the green
Make
go
us
around
proud.
the trim, or are you not happy with that?
What do you guys feel about that?
I'd want to see what you're talking about when you're talking about trim.
The band, Tim?
I think here.
Around the
Yeah,
trim?
I mean, I'd still would want to see the visual of it before I would say yes or no on that.
I agree with him.
Are we messing you up if you come back next month?
I mean, we can have it just one solid gray, or we can have that white.
And then you could, if you wish to add a trim, you come back and get that approved.
Well, how about white?
Yeah, I mean, I think our plan right now is if we went gray, we'd go solid gray,
Yeah.
the entire building.
What do you think, Sharon?
Yeah.
You all right with that? Okay, all right. Gray building, yellow bollards, and, okay.
And we understand before we do anything with landscaping or signage, we will come back.
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely, so, okay. All right, and any changes to the outside lighting, stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it last month about your location in media, where you have a truck out front.
Yes.
Doesn't look like it ever moves.
No, it does. We use it for events and
Okay.
deliveries and things
Okay,
like that. Yeah, it
'cause-
wouldn't, we wouldn't have that in.
Okay,
Yeah,
'cause
it's-
that's against the
it's,
code.
We own the whole building there in media, so that's why we park it there, because we're the owners of the
Okay,
parking lots.
all right, okay, yeah, vehicular advertising's
Of
not
course, yeah,
allowed, so.
we would just keep it in media.
Okay, all right, good. All right. And I'm just going to, is there anybody from the public here tonight that would like to say anything? We had some public participation last month. Okay, doesn't look like we have any. Any other comments from the board? Questions, comments? Nope. We're good, all gray? Sharon, we're good? Questions?
No.
You guys are good?
Yeah.
Okay, we hope to see you soon for some signage.
Yep,
And I guess you even mentioned that possibly you'll open without signage?
possible, yeah.
Yeah, we just want to make sure the address number's on.
Yep,
the
we are,
location.
we're having the inspections done through Mr. Pankost's office this month. So we're moving ahead quickly.
All right, good. All right, so Jane, do you want to take this
Okay.
for approval?
For DRB 2023-18, 218 East Lancaster Avenue, facade, the facade color will be a pleasing gray. The applicant will return for signage, lighting, and any other if he decides to do a different color on the trim.
Yes.
Okay, great. Do we hear a second?
Second it?
Okay, Tim, you're good?
I'm just curious about
pondering.
pleasing gray. I'm sitting here thinking about pleasing gray.
Well, they don't have a chip here.
Yeah, I know, that's why I'm sitting here. Do we need to be more specific in terms of what we're
All right,
talking about?
What about a mid-tone gray? And they have to, attached to the permit will be a colored chip?
Well, yeah, they have to do that anyway, so
Okay.
for our purposes, if we're okay with a mid-tone gray, I'm fine with going with
Should I say
that.
mid-tone gray?
All
Yeah,
right, mid-tone gray.
Mid-tone?
Okay.
Okay.
The tone it will be.
a little less ambiguous.
Okay, well,
Okay,
pleasing.
so do we hear a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
All
great.
right.
Thanks, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
I'll see you.
A pleasing gray. Particularly pleases. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'll go down and say, no, that wasn't the gray I was
Next application is DRB 2023-19. The application at Dettinger Beauty at 101 North Wayne Avenue for wall signage and window signage. Hi.
Oh, good. Well, there you go. Hi, my name's Stacy Ballard. I'm with Eda Enterprises. We're the owner of the building. And with me, I have Priscilla, who's the owner of the La Parisienne Salon and Spa. And bear with me because we have a couple applications here, so I just want to make sure I'm giving you the right one. This application actually has three parts to it. The first part is, and I'm just going to, you have the existing conditions. Sorry, you have existing conditions there. There's signage. What we're doing is window signage. We're proposing just replacing the existing sign band signage. And then we're proposing some decorative vegetation, I guess I could call it, or vines that would go around. That's a very kind of a European look that you see a lot, like, yes, New York, even during the Chelsea Flower Show, or it makes it more decorative. It also softens the lines of the building since there isn't a lot of landscaping right in the downtown of Wayne. So what part do you want to start with? Do you want to start with windows or
No, let's start with the wall signs.
the wall signs? Okay, so the wall signs that we have are here. So the sign on the left is the North Wayne Avenue sign. And that's not exactly accurate. We've been here before to make the changes to the sign bands so they're not as recessed. They'll just be recessed ever so slightly so that then you can have an LED light in there. Obviously, we haven't had the opportunity to change the color of the building, which will be that kind of a medium gray. And but that is another gray.
Not going to be a
It's
please.
mindful gray. It's also pleasing. So, okay. So the sign band that you see in the original picture will not be as deep, but this is what the sign band will read. And I do have the calculations on there, and I'd be happy to share those with you. If you bear with me 1 second, I just need to pull those up.
So just for clarification, that is the name of the business, correct?
Yes, that is the name of the salon spa.
Right.
It's the full name, including salon and spa.
Okay, good.
And
So it's 12 feet. How tall are the letters?
1 foot, I believe.
1 foot? Okay.
Yeah,
That's all they could fit on there anyway, I think, right?
you're right.
Yeah. We're pretty familiar with the corner. It's right in the center of Wayne. I mean, it's not like we have to.
calculations. I figured that's just easier.
Thanks.
So that way you can look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put that here. So anybody else can see it too. So when you're looking at the bottom of this page, you'll see sign band. On the North Wayne side, the building linear footage is 43, which makes the allowable signage square footage 65, and the proposed sign there is 29 feet. And I do have, I think, a more detailed, and in your packet, you probably also have more detailed signage that gives you the linear footage. Sorry, I have a lot of pictures here. Here we go. So that's the front. And that's also the front. That's a page. And, nope. That's the side. So you can see I think they're about 12 inches high, which is what is there existing as Cole Wellness Spa. And then it's 29 feet on the North Wayne side, which is this picture here. And then on the Lancaster Avenue side, those are split up. The east end, which is the space to the right, is a little over 18 feet. And we're proposing a 12-foot sign, 12 square feet sign, and we're allowed 28. The west side, which is the one closest to the corner, that's this one, is 24 feet. We're allowed 36 feet there, and we have a 15-foot square foot sign. So that's really changing the lettering. That's for, they bought the salon. It was called Cole Wellness Spa, changing it to the new name.
Okay, good.
That one's pretty easy.
Questions on the wall signs? Jane?
Yeah, on Lancaster Avenue, apparently, because your space ends at the second door over, I guess that's why you jammed salon and spa, like not center, it's closer to the door, closer to the arch.
Yeah, that would be more centered.
I think it will be more centered. I think when it was being superimposed on it, they probably weren't being as exact, but we would try to make it so that it was centered so it looks like it's over each window.
Yeah, because if you're going to leave it so close to the arch, I would say that you should move La Parisienne closer to the arch.
I don't think we want to do that only because I think we want to center them over the windows so it really emphasizes the window space, because that arched area is really the entrance to the offices on the second floor. So it's probably better to keep that feeling like it's a separate
Right.
entity.
Okay, good.
That's the only thing I thought.
Okay.
I kind of share, and from an optics standpoint, I think it actually would look better if they were equally spaced on that span.
I totally agree.
So
Okay.
I don't know if it's centering over the window or having it be equidistant from the center of the arch, spread out. I think that's kind of, I think,
It's
I think
definitely
you hit-
more obvious on this one.
You exactly said
Had
what.
that.
yeah.
It will look
Yeah, I think the salon spa needs to move to the right, and even the La
La Parisienne
Parisienne needs to move to the right a little bit to be over the window.
Well, what I'm saying is, I can't tell from this is that the windows are equally spaced from the center of the arch.
Actually, I believe they are.
If they are, then we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, we good with that then?
Okay.
Okay, good, John.
Okay?
All right. Okay,
Okay.
so that covers basically your 3 signs, wall signs.
Correct.
Okay. All right, good. So we're okay there. You're going to use LED lighting, you said.
Well, the LED lighting is under our prior approval.
Right.
And would be under a separate permit when we do the sign ban renovation, which probably should be sometime this summer.
Okay.
Okay?
So this won't get done until not
sure.
after renovations, yeah.
The second,
You know what, one other thing?
oh, I'm sorry.
Your letters themselves, they're going to be just individual cut letters with some dimension to them? You can't paint them on the side of the building?
No, it's not painted on the side of the building. What's there now is an individual letter. And I think when we had talked about it, it is an individual cut letter. I don't know if it has depth and dimension or if you were doing something that's flatter.
Yeah, I think it had depth. into it.
Yeah, an inch or so, or whatever.
I'm sorry.
Maybe an inch or a couple inches, or?
Yeah, not more than an inch and a half. By the way.
Okay,
It's funny, we were just looking at those, and I think the most that they have is about 3/4 of an inch depth of what
Okay.
usually you can buy.
all right,
Okay?
okay, good.
And the fasteners can't show.
The fasteners are typically those posts on the back, so you drill into it, you attach it to it, and then, yeah.
Okay, good. All right, great. So that's it for the wall signs. How about if we look at the window signs?
Okay. So the window signs. We have, and if you follow along the top, the goat side is facing the courtyard that's the goat's beard. And I can just show, I'm going to show you what those are, and then I can put down what the measurements look like, too. That is this one, the front door. So that is this, then we have the front door, then we have, this is the other side. There's so many windows.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only one I have. I don't know where my other, oh, here.
That'll look nice, don't you think? It'll look nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine, I'm fine with that.
Mhm.
This is plan.
Oh, yep.
There are those. Sorry, there's a lot of windows. Okay. So the chart that we gave you shows the window size. And if you start on the top line, it is a little, almost 5 feet by 7 feet. And on the pages that have the actual dimensions gives you, feet and inches, and I can go through those if you need to.
That's okay.
But your total square footage is 33.6. The allowable is 5.04, and we have 5.01.
Okay.
And that window decal where the goat's beard is like 2 foot 3 inches by 2 foot 3 inches, square. And then it goes on the same way. We're really right at what we're allowable is on every single one. But basically, we're taking the P, it says La Parisienne Salon and Spa around it. The interesting part about the detail is the gradation, the gold gradation. So it's a white letter with a gold gradation around it. And I do have that specification of what that is. It's probably in that pile of pictures. So it's a gold gradation, and it's a number that is, a sign company number, but it's a gold to a yellow. Very upscale. It's a very upscale salon.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to keep it very simplistic, very elegant, and very concise.
All right. The plants.
Do you want to talk about plants now?
Okay, you guys-
Or do you
guys
want to talk about window
anything
signs?
else? You good there?
Oh, windows are fine.
Okay.
They look really nice.
All right. Yeah, let's talk about the
We're
plants.
good on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The address on North Wayne is over the door, right?
There is, I believe there is an address already on above the door.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're good.
What made you think you wanted to put this plant thing?
Yeah, I was curious about that.
Is this a fake plant?
So, go ahead.
Real vine.
So it'll be real grapevine, and this is used a lot. And we have this. I have different like flower shops and different other businesses that are in the area, and they basically have a pot and then they use dried grapevine, and they use grapevine and kind of make it look like an organic vine. So in the wintertime, they can use Christmas lights and make it very Christmassy. And then the plan is that in the spring and the summer and the fall is to change out artificial and silk, which, you can get very, very lifelike and real flowers, to change with seasons and to make it feel like it's more organic, soften up the corner a little bit, add a little bit of interest in color. It's not practical and probably healthy for the building to try to plant a wisteria that's going to like take over the whole thing. And you can control it. And then if there's a point in time where, we don't want to have that there, we can always take that down too.
Totally.
Do you think that's accurate?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. So what do you guys feel? Jane, you look puzzled.
My only concern is the safety of the pedestrians around here, because if you put the plant, then it obviously makes the sidewalk in that area narrower.
Right.
So that's.
So we did it two ways.
I'm sorry,
I
can you
showed
just-
you with the
can you use the
vine.
mic,
Oh,
please?
sorry, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. We did it two ways. You have the options of course, starting from a root, from a pot, which we knew could have been a problem for the pedestrian, but we also picked on this picture, which would be just vine that would be attached to the brick wall, where nothing from the street would have to be attached to. The idea is just to have more colors, more. It's such a walking area, Wayne. Everybody loves to walk around, and all the buildings, we love the aesthetic, but this would just add a little bit of a feel. So that was our idea behind it.
And then when we talked about this between us, and again, what I've seen in other businesses do is they'll use a regular pot that might be 12 or 18 inches in diameter and put it there, which people would have, or Priscilla may have anyway, with like beautiful spring flowers in it, for example. It's not something that really sticks out that far into the sidewalk. It really is something that you might have next to the front door of your shop anyway. And this would just be something that could get changed out.
That has to be changed out, actually, because of weather. It would have to be at least every year changed. It just doesn't last between snow and everything. So, yeah, we just wanted to add a little color to the building.
Well,
That's going to be great.
I think you're adding a lot of color. I don't see the Lancaster Avenue picture in my packet, but that's not where your door is. If you were, I don't know what the rest of the board feels, but if you wanted to try this, because I know it's a new thing, I suggest you only arch it over the entrance to the salon and not go around the corner of the building and see if that works out, if you really wanted to try it. I mean, I've seen this in Narberth. There's a small shop in Narberth. but-
Yeah, I've seen this elsewhere. I think it looks nice. If it's done right, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
And maintained.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's the
thing
maintenance
that-
of it is a big issue.
I feel really confident that Matt and Priscilla, they have, again, it's a very, elevated salon experience. And so, having that aesthetic at the front, and having it look dreary or worn out is not going to be how they operate at
Absolutely
all.
not,
So-
absolutely not.
Well, I think the consensus is from the board that we do like it. It may come down to what the township has to say in the code office.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I would
Okay.
say I would like a one over the door.
Okay.
To wrap around the whole building.
Okay.
Just would seem like, and then it stops.
I mean, this being something new and unique, the township may say, hey, you just can't do it, for whatever reason.
Yeah, I would,
Who knows?
I would say over their entrance door might be interesting, but to wrap it around the whole building, I don't know.
Okay.
But that's just
I
my
see-
opinion.
I see the potential for it, especially if you're talking the winter time and put Christmas lights out there. I think it could actually really look really nice, especially on the corner right there.
Oh,
I think if it's done right and maintained, I think it would, it could look really nice. I mean, I understand your position.
Yeah, and also, like, it's really, if you've ever seen fake flowers, like, at the wrong time of year, and you're like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you'll do it right.
Yes, I'm confident we can make it look really nice.
Okay.
And you could move that trash can.
I wish we could.
Oh, you
I-
can't?
We cannot, we ask.
That's your trash can.
Yes,
Sorry.
I know.
Association's
Well,
trash
the
can?
townships.
Oh, that's a township trash can?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Talk to the township.
I mean, because I could see what someone's saying, is that this makes a pinch point on the sidewalk there. Whereas if this trash can moved to the other side, like 10 feet.
We talked about
Well,
that.
we could even slide it, up the street just a little bit, like onto somebody else's property. No, I'm just kidding. No, we can slide it like on the other side of the doorway so that it doesn't create a pinch point. It's actually pretty wide there, so
I know, I know.
it's not too bad, so.
Okay.
And I guess my only suggestion would be if you want to try it and do it on the North Wayne Avenue side, like it's shown here, is just have it so it doesn't just stop at the corner. Maybe it wraps just a little bit, but not, just so it looks
See what the
natural and
township
not
says.
All right,
contrived.
so we'll give them leeway
Sure.
to do something, provided that the township code office agrees.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Like I said, they may nix it for whatever reason.
Yeah, understood. Okay.
I have seen it in Arbor, that's all I can tell you.
Okay.
Well, there's a shop in Arbor that has the flowers that go up over there.
Okay.
I thought it was just for Easter, but maybe
Mhm.
something else. Obviously not just for Easter now that I see this.
Okay. All right. What else for our board? Any other questions or comments?
That's all we have. We have those three things. So it is the wall sign that's in the sign band, it's the window signs, and then the organic vine, which I think we're talking about on the North Wayne Avenue side, a little bit on the corner, but not on the Lancaster Avenue side on that second doorway.
All right.
You'll have to come back to paint the building? No.
No, you've already been.
We've
through
already been for that.
Yeah, I thought we've already seen it.
Mindful gray, that's our color.
Okay.
I was going to tell that guy, mindful gray, that's what you want.
Okay.
But didn't we want a little bit to kind of tied in? No.
Comments from the board then?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Are we good?
Kind of-
Yeah.
Nah, if you just center on the Lancaster Ave, make sure that the letters are centered over the windows, I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Sharon, you're okay? You want to take it? Okay.
In the matter of DRB 2023-19, I move to approve 3 wall signs and 7 window signs and the plans around the building. Yeah.
Okay, good. Do we have a second?
Second,
Okay, all in favor?
aye.
Okay, great.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
All right.
All right. You're good. Yeah, thank you.
This one's yours, you're staying here.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, thank you.
I think I'm still here, right?
Yep. Okay, next is DRB 2023-20. The application is Sheldrake Apartments at 517 East Lancaster Avenue.
Thanks.
And Stacy, you're on again.
I am.
Yeah.
I am still Stacy Ballard from Meta Enterprises. And if you're familiar with the Sheldrake Apartments, which is located at 517, right down from like the Aberwick and the Wessex House, it is the brick building with that Georgian colonial rounded front portico. Okay. What we have there, and here's the existing conditions. Do it this way.
So you're
So when this was done in the 70s, you know, the codes were very different. There's a front door. It immediately steps out onto the front step. Absolutely dangerous. It's this ginormous, like, oversized door. It's an accident waiting to happen, and we don't want that. You know, we have accessible entrances for handicap on the sides of the building, so I'm not worried about that for this entrance. So what we would like to do is in this version is actually create like a patio. I say patio, but like a landing area with stairs going off on an angle on both sides, so that if you're parking on one side or the other of the building, you can bring your groceries in, walk up those steps, safely stand on a landing, open the door, and walk in. And that it would look like that. So it would be poured concrete, it would be similar railings to what's there existing, and then it would be brick faced on the front so that it kind of blends in with the rest of the building.
I think this makes sense. I think it looks nice.
I do too.
Thank you.
Does the township have any requirement to make this ADA compliant?
So the building already is ADA compliant because there are ground level entrances that come into the building, and then there's an elevator in the building. Yeah.
So if somebody's buying a new refrigerator, it won't come in through your front door. You have a
You would be
service
surprised what goes through the front door, but they will not go through the front door. Typically, they'll come in the side and go in the
area. Right,
elevator, so,
okay, all right.
yeah.
Okay, how about the bench? What are you going to do with
We'll put the bench back.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right. Okay, got it.
We wanted you to see the brick face, so you know, it's
all right,
hidden.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha, okay.
Nice.
All right. Okay, guys, what do you think?
I have no issues.
I'm fine.
Pretty simple?
Yeah.
You're good?
Yeah.
Sharon, you're good?
Well, it looks like you guys are using black for the railings.
I'm sorry?
It looks like you guys are changing the color of the railings. It used to be white, but it's now black, right?
Yeah, the old railing was an old white railing that probably had been painted at some point. What we've done is all the railings on the balconies in that building are this black and this style. So we just wanted to change it out and
Make it consistent.
keep it. And we'll donate that other railing to the Smithsonian, so, yeah.
All right. Any further comments for us, Stacy?
What's that?
Any further comments for the board?
No.
You're good?
That's
Okay.
it.
Tim, you want to take this one?
Yeah, in the matter of DRB 2023-20, I move to approve the application.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you. I think I'm still here.
You're still here. All right, next is 2023-21, the application of At the Table at 118 West Lancaster Avenue for a ground sign, window sign, and outside dining permit.
Okay. So with me is Alex Hardy. He is the owner of At the Table BYOB, and he is currently a Wayne resident as well as business owner. His business is located on the top of the hill on the right-hand side in the old Johnny's Hot Dogs place, you know, on Luella. And so he is looking at expanding. And so we had the opportunity with the old Landis Sandwich Shop to make that into a pretty fantastic restaurant. And we're really excited about it. The interior will be renovated and updated and clean. And the exterior, we are hoping to have outside seating. So we are here to talk about three things really. One is outside seating, which we can start with if you'd like. The second thing is their signage. And the third thing is some blocking and barriers to just hide some of the mechanicals that are on the roof and on the side of the building.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you know what, Stace, let's do it. Let's start with the ground sign, and we'll do the outside dining last. How's that?
Okay, fine.
Start-
Yeah,
okay,
we can
yeah.
do signage first.
Okay.
Okay, so signage, existing conditions are that, so the two signs that they're proposing right now is in the existing signposts that were used by Landis. They had a large sign that went from post to post and was squared off. This is their existing round sign that is located at their current restaurant. It is 46 inches in diameter, which I believe is around a little under 12 feet, 12 square feet. And they're going to hang it in between the two. It's not going to hang and be loose. We're actually talking with our steel fabricator to create a band that'll go across and a band that'll go under so it can attach itself to it. So, and then they can reuse that sign, and it is two-sided, so. And that would go in that existing location. The other sign is just a window sign that is in the front, on the front door to let people know where to come. And those are the only two signs.
And is the address on the door?
Sorry?
Building's address, is it on the door? The building's address.
The building's address will go, we can put the building's address on there. I don't know if it's on there now, but we can definitely do that. Yeah.
Stacy, the vinyl on the door,
Yeah.
it's got to be below 20%.
Okay,
The glass, do you have dimensions on that?
I do.
You do, okay. As long as it's 20% or under, you're okay.
I do. The front door is, it's a 24 square feet, and it's 4 square feet of sign.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. So the ground sign's 46 inches diameter.
The ground sign is a 46-inch in diameter, which makes it 11 and a half square feet.
Okay. How are you going to light that, or are you going to light it?
At this point, we haven't figured out what we're going to do, but if we do, we'll come back and we'll
Yeah.
talk to you about what we're going to do.
Okay. And the condition of the poles?
We can take care, yeah, we've got to take a look at them. I know that we talked about that, they're a little beat up, and they need to be painted and just touched up. Plus, I think there's a little green cap on it, probably just make that all gold, and,
Yeah, good.
yeah.
Good. Okay. And the name of the business is?
At the Table BYOB.
Right.
So if you go onto their website or onto their social media, you'll see that that is the name. Yeah.
That's always controversial about. So.
For sure.
Okay. All right, so we're good with the
Yes.
the vinyl and the ground sign? We're good there? Okay.
Great.
All right, so we'll move over to the outside dining.
I'm sorry?
Outside dining?
Outside lighting?
Or dining,
Patio.
outside dining?
Dining? Let's do
That-
that. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. And you heard earlier, too, no sandwich boards? No tent signs, no sandwich boards? Okay.
So the outside dining, when we met with Andy from the township and talked about where we wanted to put it, which basically, it's a weird configuration in that area. So in front of the Old Wayne Library, there is parking that goes straight across, and then it steps back an entire parking space, and those row of stores have parking along that side. So we talked about it and said, could we take those two parking spaces and make that into the outside dining area, and then move the parking spaces so they align with the ones from the Old Wayne Library. And he agreed and said that that would be adequate and that we could do that. So the plan is to take those two parking spaces, and as you can see on this representation, we would have a black wrought iron type fencing around it for safety, put in the bollards so that, a car can't obviously drive into outside diners, and it would be poured concrete, and there would be 12 spaces or 12 seats outside, and we have the typical chairs and tables, and it would have umbrellas, and they would be a dark gray with a navy blue umbrella outside.
How's it look? What do you guys think?
Fine to me.
If Andy's okay with it. so.
Yeah. The one thing, and it's a shame you didn't bring it in with you, is photographs of the umbrella and the chairs. We
I have
do-
them right here.
Oh, you have them?
Right there.
Oh, okay. I guess maybe we don't have them in our
We
packet.
didn't have
I don't know if they were in your packet or not. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so, the umbrellas can't have any advertising on them, and it.
That's
didn't
right.
occur to, so that's good. great.
Yep. Nope, these are just plain, the chairs and tables. If anybody's been by Berwyn and where the new plaza is, it's a similar chair. We have red there, but this is a dark charcoal.
I know the code also says you have to have a trash can outside.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was looking, the railing's got to be 36 inches minimum.
Yeah, I think, and yeah, it might end up being a little bit higher. Again, just a little more protection.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And the walkway, they say, is 48 inches, but I don't know if that's going to be into the door or just like on a sidewalk, let's say on Northland Avenue.
So the sidewalk isn't impacted. The sidewalk stays the same the way it is and has always been. What will happen is that the sidewalk will kind of go from the parking areas and ramp up naturally like what it does now.
Right.
And then that upper level is level. That's where the patio, outside dining area will be. There will be a little bit of a raised side on the front and the side because obviously the elevation from the building slopes down to the street. And that's it.
Good,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Actually, how are you going to light that outside dining? Any idea?
That's a good question, and that is, I don't know if you've decided what you're doing there yet. I don't think we've decided that yet.
Because it's kind of a tough spot where you're going to have residents living upstairs.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Yeah, and the noise and stuff like that.
Although you want ambient type lighting too, you know, you're not really looking for it to be
Exactly,
like
yeah.
illuminated and bright.
Sure, sure. Okay. All right.
Will they have to come back for the lighting?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, you're going to run it by Andy, whatever.
Yeah, we would
lighting.
talk to Andy
Yeah,
about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I know you're not supposed to, but I think just about everybody has plants, flower pots, et cetera.
For sure.
Yeah, but I know the township's kind of hard on that stuff. I mean, they say that rats harbor underneath pots and stuff like that. So, again,
Okay.
you'll talk to the code enforcer.
Yeah.
And,
No, we don't want that.
And, yeah,
Okay.
even down the road, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. All right. Guys, what else? It looks nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the time frame to get opened?
That's a good question. So mid to late summer will probably be a soft opening with more of a grand opening starting in September.
Are you
Okay.
staying open at the current location until then?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly, I figured.
Got to pay for it, right?
Right.
I didn't know if there was a lease or something that's promulgating this, but.
Luckily, we own both properties,
Oh,
so
fine.
it just works out.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
works, yeah.
it works out.
And
The side of the building, you're going to have an entrance on the side or not?
No.
Just a service entrance?
No, just
Okay.
service entrance.
Okay.
that's this, the cover up the HVAC on the ceiling.
I'm sorry?
This covers up the stuff on the ceiling, the fence on the building.
So, yeah, let's take a look at that. So then we have the side of the building. So we have mechanicals that are on the roof. The hood comes through the roof and things like that. And actually, the way it steps down, you can see that. So the plan was to put a white PVC semi-private fence up there. And then the side entrance is slightly elevated. So we were doing a little ramp with just a very basic railing for service and for handicap accessibility. And then you and I had talked, and actually was there today. There is a HVAC unit on the side of the building, which we will put, again, kind of a semi-private fencing around it. There is some ductwork that comes up and goes into the building. I think the best way to handle that is paint it white.
Right.
And that way it just kind of blends and goes in with that white, the side of the building, which is white.
Good. Going to be
Okay.
a big improvement.
Yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
be huge, huge. And it's going to bring a lot of life to the west side of Lancaster Avenue, and that's exciting too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good. All right, what else for us?
That's it.
That's it? You're good? Great. Okay, all right. How about the board?
Yeah, it looks good.
Questions, comments? We're good?
Fine.
Is there gonna be
We're
more
good?
seating there, or? Nice.
Yeah. You're going
Close to your
to,
parents.
you're not doing 7 days a week,
Oh,
are
they
you?
already go to this.
I know, but I'm saying close to
Tuesday
our-
through Saturday.
Okay, good.
You're gonna do
Great.
Tuesday, because right now you do Thursdays, right?
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
So you're gonna extend it out to Tuesdays now too? Okay.
Good, great. All right, I guess it's your turn.
Okay. For DRB 2023-21, 118 West Lancaster Avenue, for ground sign, door sign, patio, fencing, and screening for mechanicals on the roof. I move for approval.
Here, a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Great, thank you so
Good to
much.
see you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see
All
you.
right, thanks now. Next is DRB 2023-22, the application of St. David's Episcopal Church at 763 South Valley Road for a steeple change. How are you?
Good.
Good evening. My name is Christopher Schubert, and I'm the attorney here tonight on behalf of Selco Partnership, better known as Verizon Wireless. And the members might recall this application. We had actually been before the township a number of years ago and actually received construction permits for this project. But unfortunately, after construction permits were issued, budget ran out for that year, and now we're back again because the permits expired. So we have to go through the process again. So this is the St. David's Church located 763 South Valley Forge Road. And what is proposed is a completely stealthed telecommunications facility installation. What Verizon is proposing to do is to replace the existing steeple with an exact replica of the steeple that would be in fiberglass. That's radio frequency transparent, so the antennas can be placed inside the steeple. There would be a total of 6 antennas, 3 antennas that would be at a height of 91 feet center line, and an additional set of antennas at 81 feet center line. All the cabling would be inside, and literally the cabling that would come from the equipment, which is going to be mounted and placed in the basement of the church, will be routed through a downspout that will match the existing downspout that is on the side of the church. There is also need for a generator. Fortunately, the church has its own generator, and the church has placed its generator in an area that's kind of depressed behind an existing retaining wall, and we're going to be able to mount the smaller Verizon generator kind of perpendicular to that existing generator. And that's going to be actually closer to the church building itself. And in light of the fact that the antennas are somewhat sensitive to heat, you can imagine in the summertime being enclosed, that could get very warm inside the steeple. So what is proposed is 2 air conditioning condensing units that would be placed at the, I guess it would be the eastern side of the church building behind some landscaping. These are just standard size home air conditioning type units. The lines that would carry the coolant would be, again, located within those downspouts and then be carried up to the steeple where the equipment would be cooled. So this,
Can I have a quick question? Did you do this at the Methodist Church?
I'm sorry.
Did Verizon do this at the Methodist Church when that steeple was replaced?
I'm not-
Last year.
I'm not familiar with
Oh,
that application, and it's very possible because this is kind of a typical standard. If the facility works height level and the church is willing to allow the lease, this is an excellent application, and this has been done many times before with other telecommunication companies, including Verizon. So, this is just the site plan view. This is where the steeple is located on the church. And the air conditioning units that I had mentioned are located right here, going to be behind the landscape buffer on that side of the building. And then this is the existing generator, and what is proposed is Verizon's generator to be tucked in at that location. And this just shows an elevation view of the routing for the cabling and where the antennas would be placed inside of the steeple. And I do have some photo simulations that were done.
So the steeple will be size for size exactly the same?
Exactly. I think the steeple tops out 107 feet
Okay.
to the top of the cross, and they're going to match that exactly.
Okay.
What's the need to do the replacement in the first place?
The need for the replacement? So we couldn't mount the antennas inside with the existing wooden steeple because that blocks the radio signals. So essentially, this would be fiberglass, much like the screen here in front allows the radio waves to go through. And so here's the existing condition, and then here's the proposed condition. And the colors are going to match exactly what is out there. It's, again, gray seems to be the color of choice this evening. So the existing steeple is painted a light mist gray, and they're going to match that exactly. Then there's another view. Existing conditions at the top, and then proposed conditions below. So again, nothing is going to be seen.
I'm quite sure that St. David's wouldn't allow you to do it if you weren't going to match everything up.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
really.
congregation approved this and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Verizon has a lease agreement. They're looking forward to getting this done because they'll start receiving some revenue, which is
Yeah, it's a revenue.
important to the church.
As the person whose signal drops from Darby Paley all the time, I can't say that I'm opposed to this at all.
So I guess, since we know St. David's is approving this, and they're very much have taken care of their property, and when they did build the new sheds even, they matched them into the old existing sheds. So, and their new chapel that they put up, 10 years ago? That's where that steeple is.
What's the life expectancy of the fiberglass steeple?
I have Jake Minardi, who's a structural engineer. Jake, do you have any idea, life expectancy on that?
I haven't seen them
Do you want
deteriorate
to?
yet. I have worked with this RF transparent material before. I have not seen them deteriorate on any existing sites. I can't tell you the exact life expectancy, but it's similar to PVC vinyl material. So I would assume it would have a similar lifespan.
Really, I guess the question for us more or less is from a maintenance of the aesthetics, is it going to hold the paint longer, or is it going to hold up? Do you know of any difference between how this would hold paint versus a normal steeple?
No, not to my knowledge.
They probably have specialized fiberglass paint.
Well, and then
Yeah.
the next is this on St. David's Episcopal for the maintenance of the coloring, or is this a Verizon thing?
This is a Verizon responsibility, and under its lease agreement, they have to maintain the site. So if St. David's is very particular about it, which I'm sure that they are, I mean, that's a beautiful property, that they would require regular maintenance to be made.
Perfect. I have nothing, then. I think this is a great idea, great use of space, and
It looks like on the photo, you do see some small antennas.
Yes.
Okay, so, and you said you have like 6 total, 3 on 2 different levels. So are all 6 visible or not?
No, so they're not going to be visible, the antennas. What you're seeing there, and of course, they're doing that for the simulation to have those stand out.
Okay.
And they can also be painted. What you're seeing there are the GPS locations, and they're literally the size of, a can of soda.
Okay. All right.
So if they're painted to match, I really don't think that they would be visible.
Okay, it won't be reflective or anything like that?
No.
Okay, all right.
No.
Okay. So all 6 are going to be exposed on the exterior?
No, they're going to be on the inside.
On the inside?
Yeah, so they will not be seen at all.
You won't be seen at all? Okay.
Correct.
All right.
What about the air conditioner units? So those air conditioning units will be installed, like they'll be new, right?
Yes.
Do you guys plan to put any fences around it?
Well, what's being proposed is There's the location of the air conditioning units, so they would be placed behind this vegetative screen. If it's the design board's recommendation to put some fencing, but I know that those air conditioning units need to have some circulation, air circulation, so as long as it wouldn't restrict that. But I think they would be very much concealed with the vegetation that would be placed in there. They were talking about autoleucans or some boxwood that would be placed in there.
Just out of curiosity, I noticed in your application, you're going to talk to the neighbors about it. Any feedback?
No feedback whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
Okay.
And we didn't have that. We didn't have that before either.
Okay, great, good. Okay, guys, any other questions, comments? You're good? You good? Gentlemen are good?
All
Any other
good.
further questions or anything else to point out?
None.
Okay.
I have a
Sharon?
question.
Dick?
Has
Good.
nothing to do with this. What goes on in the Verizon building on Lancaster Avenue that has no windows?
That has no, that's one of the main switches. So that's where all the fiber cables go in and feed out to the national telephone network.
That's what I thought.
And
that's what
they-
the towers for.
And one of the reasons why that is no windows is it has to be very secure, number one. And number two, there's a lot of servers and computer equipment that gets very hot, so they have to air condition it
That's the
quite a bit.
worst. Because this is not this application, but the planting bed outside that building, has nothing in it.
You know what, that's,
It's all dead.
I'll tell you
All right,
about
here
it
we go.
after the meeting.
All right, we'll go.
Okay, all right, okay.
I was waiting for Bob to chime in.
I don't want.
I know you in that building.
You get my blood pressure up with that question, so. Okay, all right. Sharon, you want to take this?
Okay. In the matter of DRB 2023-22, I move to replace the existing steeple with faux steeple and also install new air conditioning units.
Okay.
And a generator.
And the
I
generator.
second.
Thank you.
Okay,
I second it.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much for your
gentlemen.
time.
Appreciate that, thank you.
Good night.
What's the timeline on that project, do you know?
Well, I know they want to get permits so they don't miss another budgeting cycle. They were shooting for June to try to pull permits, so I think they're going to try to get in and file construction permits as soon as possible, and hopefully they have permits. I think they have a June 30th cutoff to meet the budget cycle, and they want to build it this year.
Perfect.
Great,
Good.
Thank you.
thank you.
That's my other shot.
All right, last on the agenda tonight is DRB 2023-23, the application of Spro Kitchens at 302 to 308 West Lancaster Avenue for wall signage. Hello, sir.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, good.
It's been a while. Yeah.
All right, this here, that's important. Christian Boulanger, Saint-Zéla-Carte, representing Spoke Kitchens and Bath. We already went through the zoning board. It's about signage, channel letters on the top of the building. The issue was, it was above 15 feet.
Yes.
So we had the agreement that we can reach 22 and some to the top of the sign. And we had to reduce the size of the sign by 25%.
So you've already gone to the zoning hearing board?
Yeah.
For relief.
And we got the approval from the zoning board already.
Okay.
This is, I don't know, this is the approval that we got from the zoning board. We received that. That's a document we received from the zoning board that says it's approved to the condition that it's going to be 25% smaller in size. So the height of the sign reached 22 and 7 inches, and not the 23 and a half that was originally proposed. So the sign originally was 10 foot wide. We reduced it to 112. Following up the calculation that was done during the zoning board review. Nothing really out of the ordinary for the sign. It's going to be day and night, which means that at night you don't see it very well here, but it's going to be white. Beside that, it's a standard channel letters on Raceway. Nothing really out of the ordinary there.
All right.
It's going to be centered to the building, and the raceway will be, I saw that in the document, there's a mistake on the color of the raceway. The raceway will match
The building.
the background. That just got repainted.
Great.
And so now we get the Sherwin-Williams paint, and we're going to match that paint.
Right. All right. Tim, you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin's okay, I'm okay.
Usually they come in first and then go to zoning hearing board. We've had this happen before, where they've come before, going to the zoning hearing board first, and then come here. But-
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I totally believe you and everything like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
but it would be nice if it was in our packets at the zoning board.
Right, exactly.
That the zoning board had approved this. You know, just
Yeah,
because in the.
little heads up. Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay. All right. We're good? Sharon, you're good?
Any lighting?
Well, it'll be.
It is lit.
Yeah.
It is lit. It's a channel, lit channel letters.
Okay.
But front lit, not halo lit.
Right.
And the kitchen and bath is part of his name, so that's okay.
Well, I guess you got approval, so.
I got approval.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoke kitchen and bath, yeah. And the bottom part is just a big box, it's not individual letters.
Right, okay. All right.
All right?
Is that it?
That's
That's
good.
it? You're good? You're good?
Okay.
All right,
Any other comments for the board?
no, thank you.
Okay, all right, Tim, want to take it?
Sure. In the matter of DRB 2023-23, I move to approve the application.
I
Is there a
second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you again. All right, and will there be any further business of our board tonight? No. Nope, okay.
I won't be here next month. I did already, yeah. I won't be here. I'm going to Bimini. Even if the cat is still alive.